the ground with Guerrero.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
You look at the defense for these Texans.
And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And some space to move right away as he's hauled away up to the 30. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And this is incomplete.
The Niners at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Purdy completes this one here to McCaffrey.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, a run with Guerrero.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Isaac Guerrero,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Niners will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they're going to be backed up to start. A big hit there on the return. Stops him dead in his tracks.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Let's go now. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
First and 10, it's Stroud.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. You look at this Niner defense.
This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. Second from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
Yeah, to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to, and he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
Will Anderson
able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Bates. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Flushed out right. Going for it all. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose it down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Powerful running. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. Now he's free at the 35. Nico Collins.
Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete.
We saw plenty of throws like this on Saturdays in South Penn last year. This one results in a first down here.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And finally taken down at the 15. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Purdy going to give it to Garendo.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Purdy. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
A tone setter on defense. They pick off the first pass. I had to look down, but, yeah, no interceptions last week, so they made up for lost time.
Boy, did they ever. And when you pick off the first pass of the game, you talk about a tone setter. Now your whole entire defense is thinking, okay, when do we get our next one? Can't wait to get back out on the field and get after them.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Stroud to throw it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Now Stroud.
Buying time to his left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Stroud sets up the play action.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away.
Take it at the 37. A minute 52 to play until halftime.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Down to about the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Stroud looking to throw. He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. On first down, here's Stroud.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Here goes Stroud again.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Texans have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Oh, it's some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. Stroud now on 1st and 10.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
And Stroud now to throw.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. That is caught.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Stroud. This goes out wide for Mixon.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Stroud here on 3rd and long.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll find Ayuk open right side. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 44 yards. And the Niners have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 17-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Stroud now on 2nd down.
Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Pass throw right back to Joe Mixon. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Play action. Stroud now.
Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
Here's Stroud. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 41.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Play action. Now Purdy.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Brandon Eccles. And the Texans are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
This 2nd and 4.
They'll stay on the ground. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
And he takes a pretty good lick there as he'll wind up getting about 3.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
And this one is incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Now a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. He'll complete this one to Collins.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Stroud to throw it.
This pass complete to Higgins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Stroud.
He'll buy some time right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
C.J. Stroud.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year.
And the Texans have taken a 4th quarter lead.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Next to score, Texans 21, 49ers 17. Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. Here's 1st and 10.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Here's 1st down. Throwing, Purdy.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Open man, the former Gator. It's Ricky Pearsall.
And San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here comes second down.
Up the gut, McCaffrey.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. And now an audible here into something else.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Stroud.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was.
This ball intercepted. Now look out. And the 49ers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
So the victory here for San Francisco.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for San Francisco, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home.